SAG, Screen Actors Guild. In my younger years, and I do mean a lot longer than that, I got a gig to sell cars at a car dealership. And what it was is that I was going to be doing 3 car commercials. And then I could apply for a SAG card, which I did. The car dealership brother of the car dealership owner had an ad company, and I was part of his actors, as was the car dealership's son and daughter. They got paid too. I got paid with a little Chevy 4-cylinder car, and which was great. This thing, that thing. But we, all 3 of us, went out there and said, hey, look at, I had 3 paid commercials. And yes, and then of course I did it 4, 5, and 6. And I would sell a car. I've got this beautiful, beautiful car from a little old lady came in. You look underneath the hood, it's clean. You look inside, it smells like a brand new car. You look in the trunk, you look underneath. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yeah. Will it run? It has to run till it gets out of the parking lot. Preferably a few miles away, then it can fall apart. But I sold cars. And was I famous? No, because I had my SAG car, which is good for theater work. Yes, you're a union theater man. Wow, I can go on stage. I can hold a spear in the local opera. Lyric opera. My father was in that. My father was in lyric opera. When he was a lot younger, he held a spear. He got paid very little, but he held a spear. And I think it was during the Depression. Whatever, right? I think my mother was involved in something like that, too. Oh, don't tell my grandmother. She was against theater people. Okay, we got this thing. Now, why this getting in this way? Because it was one of the ways you get into the Screen Actors Guild. You have a gig from a recognized advertisement firm, and of course, what time was my commercial on? 12 midnight. Right before they shut everything down. I was the last commercial on. Nobody was awake, so it really didn't make any difference. But he had another gig on this too. Potential actors. He found out that he can get paid by the actors to be in his commercials, mind you, so they can go apply for a Screen Actors Guild card. Yes, well, hey, you make money some way. But that's that thing. And was I an actor on something? Was I on stage? I was in theater for a while, a couple of years. And you have in the background, if anybody ever asks you, I got my Screen Actors Guild card. Oh my goodness gracious me, your Screen Actor Guild? Yes, I could be in Second City, which I never applied. I have a little thing about people looking at me. I kind of freeze. Oh my goodness, they're looking at me. Oh God, my good. What was that? Oh my God, what was that? To be or not to be, that is the question. And you have to read Shakespeare lines. I think I got a script around there for something like that. But that's my big thing with Screen Actors Guild. Do they work their ass off? Yes, they do. Everybody who's seen in a commercial is Screen Actors Guild. So I could be walking across the stage in the back or down the street, and I'm a guild member. Did help somewhat when I was making movies, but my other thing is making movies is I was a Teamster. So yeah, I was a real Teamster. I had my own little jacket on there too, making movies. But it helped being a union member when you're doing these little independent films for people. But so that's my whole world of screen acting. Do they work their little ass off? Yes. I remember the big difference between the guy who walks on a stage, and if you look at this, people are basically don't say anything. A waiter comes over and normally says, "This way, sir." Don't say that on that while you're in front of a camera, because if you say anything in front of a camera, you get paid more. So how dummy the people, the doorman doesn't say a thing. Right. Right, because if you do, you get paid money. And how does it really work between stars and that thing? You know, they say you get 20 paid. Well, you get, as a Screen Actors Guild, all your actors are, you get a basic pay a day or a series. And then you get beyond that point. Your agent negotiates. Your agent gets 10%. Did I have an agent? No, I don't have an agent. But, you know, it's like, I want to be production manager, be a producer. I don't want to be the actor. Now, one of the things about theater is this. As production, most production managers or on theater, they're a union because they can be filling in for somebody on stage. And usually production managers in a theater, or well, not production, general manager in the theater knows all the lines on a script in case the lead actor drops dead. Better if he's in costume. Opera's a little bit different, but hey, Screen Actors Guild.